Welcome to Balance. In this session, we're going to talk about the richness of our internal world. We might want to imagine our internal world and social systems as cosmos. My understanding is that what's outside is on the inside, and the whole is in the part, and the part is in the whole. By the way, the world cosmos, the entire physical universe, means order, harmony, the world. So what if we look at our individual internal world as a solar system, with the sun symbolizing the true self, in other words, core self. Our solar system, scientists say, has 8 planets, 5 officially recognized dwarf planets, and at least 290 moons, more than 1.3 million asteroids, and about 3,900 comets. What a rich and beautiful world. So what if each of the planets symbolize a thought, emotion, affect, and affective pattern in our internal world? They all vibrate in you and in me, and it's up to us how we're going to respond to the vibration. When you balance yourself while on your walk, while going to bed, resting, having a cup of tea, please bring the image of the solar system to your consciousness. I'm not a scientist, be able to explain the objects and phenomena within the cosmos. I'm not trying to do that, but there are some similarities for me between the metaphor of cosmos and an independent psychoanalytic school of thoughts called object relations. Object relations are concerned about relations between objects in our internal world. These objects are internalized or incorporated images of our caregivers, affective patterns from our childhood, and in fact all life experiences. These are not so much accurate representation of the external world, but what our psychic somehow made out of them. I used the term internalization when what landed in my world was more of a positive developmental experience, while incorporation for me is when what landed in my world and established some kind of more destructive patterns. So the objects, the planets, asteroids and moons became internalized through multiple experiences. For example, through our infancy, what was happening to our caregivers when we were little, through our upbringing, our own health, medical procedures we went through, trauma, abuse, social injustice, social systems, wars, political climate, or even an intergenerational trauma, which means what happened to our parents and grandparents. whether they had unresolved trauma and they passed it unknowingly onto us. You are not responsible for what lands in you. You are responsible for your response to it. And now, on a lighter note again, have you read The Low Prince by Antoine de Saint-Exupéry? A book that is apparently translated into 505 different languages. Part of the story is about a low prince visiting various planets, hopping from one onto another. On each of the planets, the low prince meets dilemmas, feelings, and themes of life, such as loneliness, friendship, love, loss, control, even addiction, need for praise, greed, despair, or even senselessness. I sometimes ask my counselees to imagine their solar system or their low prince hopping between the planets, affirming each of the planet, treating them with compassion and kindness, and not identifying with them, but searching for the sun, the true self. The low prince leaves us his secret. It's only with the heart that one can see rightly. What is essential is invisible to the eye. Speak to you in the next session.